Well, this says I can't zoom in or out while super steady is on. I don't know how to get it off. Ooh, wow. I have no idea. Don't know what I did. That changed a little something. I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn super steady off. But look at that, wow, there's the river going through there. There's the town spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, but give me that countryside. It's beautiful, wow. I thought the view of Irwin was spectacular. I think Parisburg's even better. Okie dokie, heading down the mountain. So this is Angel's Rest Rock. Just a big boulder out on the precipice here, but from the top, look at this. We get the view of Parisburg. This is cool. That's the New River. Let me change settings here for a second. Well, look at my Tuesday morning view. Wow, isn't this spectacular? Heading down to Parisburg. Beautiful morning. Well, good Friday morning from the trail with a view of Walker Mountain. I'm going to assume Walker Mountain is the peak off in the distance over there. Can't really make it out because of the overcast skies. I'm about 2 hours and 10 minutes on the trail this morning. I'm about 5 miles into my hike. No real agenda today. This is just one of those put your head down and make miles. Ultimately heading toward Bland, Virginia today or tomorrow, and then Adkins and I-77, and then points north of there. Beautiful view from here. I think I can see I-81 over there. We were on 81 this morning for just a brief moment or two in the little town of Marion. I did a little resupply there last night and spent the night there. Not much to report today. The rhododendrons are still blooming. It's beautiful. Check in later. Listen to these power lines humming. Can you hear that? I have never heard power lines humming that loudly. That's my view. Beautiful morning. Walked through a rainy stretch most of the morning, but it doesn't look like they've had any rain at all here. Later. Well, this is another one of those iconic spots for me along the AT. This is the Lindemood School, founded in 1894. I have seen this on so many vlogs over the years. Once upon a time, you could go in and they had trail magic and hiker box and everything in here, but they don't have those anymore. But look how cool this is. This, of course, was the quintessential one-room school. The Bible would have been forefront. These are all the hikers that have signed in over the years. Trail volunteers are angels who perform trail magic. Please give back, be a volunteer. I'll hope to do that one of these days. And this is a hiker's register. For you to kind of note you're stopping in. So I'll sign in, check in later. Oh, fun fact about the Lindemood School, which you can see behind me there. When Jonathan moved to New York, he went to work for a reading lab in New York called the Lindemood Bell Learning Lab or Reading Lab or something along those lines. Anyway, kind of cool that I guess Lindemood was probably an educator in the late 1800s, and presumably they began a series of labs with her as their founder or at least their namesake. But didn't want to miss speaking about that. Well, in a day that has epitomized embracing the suck, look where I am. The quarter mark. I have made it 1/4 of a way to Maine. Praise the Lord. 548.3 miles, I believe is what it is. Wow. Tell you what, boy, this morning has been a struggle. It's been easy hiking. Very easy hiking, but first of all, I've had an upset stomach all day. So I've had to run to the woods 2 or 3 times. Finally got some antidiarrheal stuff in, so I'm hoping that's going to help. For some unknown reason, both my hips have started hurting. Go figure. 548 miles and my hips are just now hurting. The great part about the hips hurting, I've kind of forgotten about the back of my left leg. And of course, it's pouring down the rain. It's been raining for the last hour or so. This is the quintessence of embracing the suck. But I've made it 1/4 of a way, thank the Lord. Later. Well, I haven't videoed anything this morning for 2 reasons. One, because it's been raining on me most of the time. 2, I've been climbing like a madman for most of the morning. It's 11:14. I've been on the trail about 4.5 hours, and I'll bet 90% of that's been climbing. It's been brutal, but look at this view that I've been treated with. I'm at the top of Chestnut Knob, and a couple of folks that were just here said that the clouds just lifted 5 minutes ago. And look at this beautiful view I'm treated with. I'm so grateful. It's gorgeous. Isn't it a beautiful valley down there? Wow. Spectacular. That looks so, I'm going to use the word bucolic. I like that word. But here is Chestnut Knob Shelter. I think it's, if it's not the only, it's one of the only rock shelters and enclosed shelters on the AT. I'll take you on a little tour. Has a door, of course. And look at this. You got a nice picnic table. You got racks for all of your bunks. Not bad at all. As shelters go, not bad at all. Look at all the glasses in here. I think I'm going to sit down out of the cold, eat just a couple of bites, and then head on to my next destination. Well, good Sunday morning from the trail. A bit of recount of the last couple of days. I haven't done a whole lot of posting because the weather's just been miserable. I did post from Chestnut Knob yesterday, but didn't post anything after that because it was so rainy, so overcast, so dreary. We were so wet and so cold. The temps got down during the day. In fact, today, it's only supposed to be in the mid-50s. But the temps overnight got down into the low 40s, high 30s. So I made the decision after seeing the weather forecast to do an 18.9 day yesterday and catch a shuttle into Mountain Garden Hostel. Mountain Garden Hostel is really kind of just an old farmhouse where they still basically have a working farm with cows and pigs and dogs. Had a good stay there with Lemonade, the caretaker. Good guy, great hamburgers. He took us over to an Amish general store where we got some pastries and a little bit of resupply. That was kind of cool. And got to know several people. You know, it was so interesting. I met people from Spartanburg, from Hendersonville, and from Anderson, South Carolina, all staying at that same hostel. And there was only probably, what, 8 of us, 9 of us staying there. And I met another young lady who has spent time in Israel. In fact, I met her friend Rissa early in the trail at Around the Bend Hostel, and Rissa and I became friends on Facebook. And this young lady's name, can't remember, I'm sorry. She's pregnant, my goodness. She is about 6 months pregnant, and she's hiking the trail. It's due in September, so I think September the 5th was her official due date. And she's going to get off the trail probably sometime in the next month or so, when the concerns about her baby are so dramatic that she just doesn't want to be out here anymore. But I am so inspired by people like that. Goodness gracious. She's out here carrying not only her pack, but an extra 15, 18 pounds, probably a baby weight. And she's making great times. Awfully impressed with her. Plan today, we got on the trail late. I believe it was close to 10 o'clock by the time I got on the trail. This might be one of those rare days where I do some actual night hiking, where I hike into the night, because I really want to try to do back-to-back 25s and get into Woods Hole Hostel tomorrow evening. It's kind of an iconic hostel, and I've been wanting to visit it, so 225s will get me there by tomorrow evening. If I do anything less than that, it won't be a big deal. They'll just put me in there maybe the day before, which actually might be a better plan, because then I could Nero and spend a little more time in and around that area. Parisburg is not far from there, like 8 or 9 miles, so I could go into Parisburg and get a resupply from Woods Hole Hostel. At any rate, it's been kind of dreary this morning. Really dreary the last 3 days. It's been cold and rainy for 3 days. I haven't really seen the sun at all, which sucks. It's almost like you have seasonal affective disorder for 3 days. But I'm looking forward to getting down in the valleys and hopefully getting some views. It's the mountaintops have been socked in with clouds over the last couple of days. So other than that brief, 15 seconds that I had a view up on Chestnut Knob, we haven't really been able to see much. So at any rate, I will check in later. Beautiful little creek crossing here. Coming up on a road crossing. Isn't that beautiful? The thing about road crossing and creek crossing though, you gotta climb coming up. That's okay. It's been a beautiful cruisy downhill so far this morning for the most part, plus ridge walking. Love it. I have seen this little scene so many times on people's videos. Somebody has gone, he's gone in and placed a little, I guess a gnome village up here on the side of the trail. It is so cool. I'm not sure the story behind it. It's really neat. Check it in later. Well, it's unfortunate this area had a fire, but it gives me a beautiful view of the valley. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that's Bland, Virginia. Heading down that way later. Well, there it is. The 600-mile marker. Whew, I had to work hard for this one. Not that, actually it's easy hiking, but we started late this morning, and also took a little Dairy Queen trip over to Bland, Virginia, which meant we had to hitchhike into Bland about 3.5 miles and hitchhike back out. Then we actually encountered some more trail magic before we started back up the mountain, so I haven't contemplated waiting until in the morning to do this, but I don't know. I felt like I needed to do it today. Tomorrow's Memorial Day, which is the anniversary of Pam's initial symptomology from her cancer, and I don't know, I just felt I needed some closure on today. I needed to get 600 miles under my belt. So, thank you, Lord. I'm so grateful. You know what a struggle this day has been for me, and I'm just so grateful you brought me here. Grateful for the friends you've sent my way, Lord, and for the blessings you've given me. So, good Monday morning from the trail. It's Memorial Day, May the 31st, 1-year anniversary of when Pam first exhibited symptoms from her cancer. It's been a bittersweet morning already. Good little hike up here. Beautiful view of where the power lines have been cleared so you can see the countryside. I'm heading toward Parisburg, Virginia. I'm probably 25 miles from there, 28 miles from there. No real rush. Joseph is going to come out and hike with me next week, like next Thursday through Sunday. And I want it to be a pretty spectacular hike for him. I was hoping it would be the Triple Crown, but I think I'm going to get there a lot earlier than I thought I was going to. So trying to slow down a little bit so that wherever he hikes with me will be epic and memorable. Cool last night. I slept well though, and got up this morning, got on the trail about 6:45. So everything's looking good this morning. Appreciate all your prayers and your love over this past year. God bless. So not only is the sun out, look at this beautiful view. Look what I'm hiking through, this beautiful meadow. I love Virginia. I really do. Yes, it's challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. I'm not too far from the highway, so getting ready to head down to Trent's Groceries for some breakfast, or it might be early lunch by the time I get there. But should be worth it. It's a 0.5 mile road walk to get over there. So it's gonna be an hour round trip. I mean a mile round trip, but it'd be worth it. And I kind of like these leisurely road walks because I don't have to push myself very hard. Just kind of cruising along. Not really thinking much. Back in the green zone for just a few minutes. Snack. That's what I'm doing. About a half mile. Go ahead.